The year is 732 AD. A shadow falls across Europe, casting a long and ominous presence over the continent. Welcome to Cryptic Mystic Vault, where we unravel the secrets of ancient mysteries. From the scorching deserts of Arabia, a new power has risen. The Umayyad Caliphate, a force that would change the course of history. Their armies, fueled by faith and the thirst for conquest, have swept across North Africa with an unstoppable momentum. They have crushed the Visigothic kingdom in Spain, leaving a trail of devastation and change. Now, they set their sights on the heart of Europe, eager to expand their dominion further. Leading this unstoppable force is Abd al-Rahman al-Ghafiqi, a brilliant and ruthless general whose strategic mind is as sharp as his sword. He dreams of planting the banner of Islam on the churches of Tours, a vision that drives his every move. The Umayyad Caliphate, in its relentless expansion, seemed invincible, a juggernaut of power and influence. It had absorbed vast swaths of land, stretching from the Indus River to the Atlantic Ocean, creating a vast and diverse empire. Their military prowess was unmatched, their soldiers disciplined and battle-hardened. Their culture was vibrant and sophisticated, a blend of various traditions and innovations. Theirs was a civilization at its zenith, flourishing in art, science, and commerce. From Damascus to Cordoba, the call to prayer echoed across a vast empire, uniting diverse peoples under one faith. And now, they stood poised to conquer a new land, a land rich with fertile fields and glittering treasures, promising new opportunities and wealth. Yet Europe was not entirely defenseless, with its own warriors ready to protect their homeland. In the north, a powerful force was gathering strength, preparing to face the impending threat. The Franks, a Germanic tribe known for their martial spirit, stood ready to meet the Islamic advance with courage and determination. At their head was Charles, a man who would soon earn the epithet Martel the Hammer, a leader of great renown. A cunning strategist and a fearless warrior, Charles saw the impending threat with clarity and resolve. He knew that the fate of Christendom hung in the balance, and he was determined to defend it at all costs. Across the Pyrenees, the Umayyad armies marched, their banners fluttering in the wind, a sight both awe-inspiring and terrifying. They plundered rich cities and monasteries, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake, a testament to their might. The news of their advance spread like wildfire, striking fear into the hearts of the populace, a harbinger of the storm to come. Europe, on the brink of a new age, held its breath, waiting for the inevitable clash. The clash of two worlds, two faiths, two destinies, was inevitable, a confrontation that would shape the future. The stage was set for a battle that would decide the fate of a continent, a momentous event in the annals of history. Charles Martel, a bastard son who had seized control of the Frankish kingdoms, was a ruler forged in the fires of conflict. His rise to power was marked by relentless battles and strategic conquests. He understood the threat posed by the Umayyad Caliphate better than most. He had seen their tactics, their discipline, their sheer ferocity. The Umayyads were not just any enemy, they were a formidable force with a history of sweeping victories. He knew that to defeat them, he needed more than just bravery. He needed a strategy, a cunning plan. Martel's mind was a battlefield of its own, constantly devising ways to outmaneuver his opponents. He would need to choose his battlefield carefully, to negate the Umayyad advantage in cavalry. The terrain would be his ally, and he would use it to level the playing field. Abd al-Rahman al-Ghafiqi, the Umayyad governor of Al-Andalus, was a leader of great ambition and military acumen. His reputation as a brilliant tactician preceded him. He had honed his skills on countless battlefields, leading his troops to victory after victory. His confidence was unshakable, his ambition boundless. His eyes now gleamed with the prospect of conquering Tours, a prize worthy of his ambition. The city represented not just a strategic victory, but a symbol of his power. He envisioned a Europe bowing to the will of the Caliphate, its churches transformed into mosques, its culture reshaped by the influence of Islam, its people embracing the word of Islam. The transformation would be profound, altering the very fabric of European society. The two commanders, each a master strategist, each a seasoned warrior, prepared for the inevitable clash. They rallied their troops, honed their weapons, and steeled their minds for the coming storm, and scouted the terrain, seeking any advantage that could turn the tide of battle. Every hill, every valley, every river could be the key to victory. The fate of two civilizations, two religions, two ways of life rested on their shoulders. The stakes were immense, the tension palpable. The world watched, holding its breath as the two armies edged closer to their destiny. The clash would be monumental, a turning point in history. Between the cities of Tours and Poitiers, near the village of Mousset, lay a vast open plain. This plain, with its expansive and unobstructed views, was to become the stage for one of history's most pivotal battles. This was the place Charles Martel chose to confront the Umayyad army. His decision was not made lightly. It was a calculated move, designed to leverage every advantage the terrain could offer. It was a battlefield that suited his strategy perfectly. The open plain allowed for clear visibility and maneuverability, essential for the tactics he had in mind. The terrain was flat, ideal for his infantry to form a tight, impenetrable formation. This formation was crucial for withstanding the cavalry charges that the Umayyad forces were known for. The nearby forest provided cover for his scouts and concealed the true size of his army. This element of surprise was a key part of Martel's strategy, keeping the enemy uncertain and off balance. The Umayyad army, accustomed to swift victories on open ground, rode confidently into the plains near Tours. They believed their superior numbers and cavalry would easily overwhelm the Frankish forces. They expected little resistance from the Frankish forces, whom they perceived as undisciplined and disorganized. Their overconfidence would soon be their downfall. They were soon to be proven wrong. The Frankish forces were not only prepared, but also strategically positioned to exploit the weaknesses of the Umayyad army. As they approached the Frankish lines, they were met with a sight that stopped them in their tracks. The disciplined and formidable Frankish army stood ready to defend their land. There, arrayed before them, stood the Frankish army, a seemingly impenetrable wall of shields and spears. This sight was both awe-inspiring and intimidating. The Frankish warriors, clad in mail and leather, stood shoulder to shoulder, their shields interlocked, creating a barrier that seemed impossible to breach. Their spears bristling like a forest of steel, ready to repel any attack. This was not just a defensive stance, it was a statement of their resolve and unity. This was the formidable Frankish phalanx, a formation that had broken many an enemy charge. Its strength lay in its cohesion and the unwavering discipline of its soldiers. It was a testament to Charles Martel's tactical genius, his understanding of both his own strengths and the weaknesses of his enemy. His leadership would soon turn the tide of history on this very field. The Battle of Tours commenced with a deafening roar. The Umayyad cavalry, their scimitars gleaming in the sunlight, charged with their customary zeal, hoping to break the Frankish lines with brute force. Wave after wave of horsemen crashed against the Frankish shield wall, like waves against an unyielding cliff. But the Franks held firm, their discipline and resolve unbroken. The Frankish warriors, though outnumbered, were determined to defend their land, their faith, their very way of life. They fought with the fury of cornered wolves, repelling every attack with grim determination. The ground ran red with blood, the air thick with the stench of sweat, steel, and death. Yet despite their valor, the Franks were slowly being pushed back by the sheer weight of the Umayyad assault. For days the battle raged. The clang of steel against steel, the screams of the wounded, the thunder of hooves, created a terrifying symphony of war. The Umayyad cavalry, renowned for its speed and maneuverability, found themselves repeatedly frustrated by the disciplined Frankish infantry. Their swift charges were met with an impenetrable wall of shields, their arrows falling harmlessly against the Frankish ranks. Imagine a world where Charles Martel did not triumph at the Battle of Tours. The Islamic Caliphate might have extended its influence deep into Europe, altering the course of Western civilization. Visuals, a map of Europe slowly transforming, with Islamic architecture and cultural symbols spreading across the continent. The spread of Islam could have led to a fusion of cultures, languages, and religions, creating a vastly different European identity. The Renaissance, the Reformation, and even the Enlightenment might have taken different paths, influenced by Islamic philosophy and science. Visuals, iconic European landmarks like the Eiffel Tower, the Colosseum, and Big Ben, overlaid with Islamic geometric patterns and calligraphy. This alternate history would have reshaped global politics, trade routes, and cultural exchanges, leading to a world unrecognizable from our own. Visuals, a bustling marketplace with merchants from various cultures trading goods, a classroom where students study both Western and Islamic texts, and a modern cityscape blending architectural styles from both worlds. In this world, the blending of civilizations might have brought about new innovations, philosophies, and a unique cultural tapestry, forever changing the destiny of humanity. A montage of scientific discoveries, artistic masterpieces, and moments of cultural harmony, all emerging from this alternate reality. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more explorations into the symbols that shape our world.